Welcome to Teach the Teller. This is what you do when you're at home with coronavirus and looking for something to do. This is episode 1, and it's about courting and beyond. And I'm going to talk about things that you may have seen or may not have seen from our past history. First item I'm going to show you today, and there's only going to be 2, is this item. And I'd like you to tell me how it works. Most people don't know. This is a reproduction, but this is a reproduction probably from the 16th century. And one of those things that made a lot of sense back in those days. I'll tell you how it works today. When my kids were in high school and they would go out on a date, I'd leave an alarm clock at the top of the stairs because I wasn't going to be awake when they got home, but I wanted to know if they didn't get home on time. So I set an alarm clock for 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or midnight, depending on the occasion, on how late they could be out. This is the same kind of story, and if the alarm went off before they got home, they were in trouble. Now, their siblings would turn it off occasionally, and that always got me upset, but I could never tell they did it because I was asleep. But back in the old days, probably in the 18th, 17th, and 16th century, people would put a candle out. When a boy came to court their daughter, they would determine how long the boy could stay. If they liked him, the candle would go very high, and he could stay and talk to their daughter and court their daughter until the flame could be seen through that little hole. If they didn't like him, he'd get a very short period of time. So basically, this candle was a timer called a courting candle, and it gave you how much time you could have with their daughter. Another thing from even previous to that century, probably 15th, 16th century, people wouldn't talk about having fun. So as they got older in life and they were married, the husband or wife, when they came home from work, would find on the table this little piece halfway open. And if the wife felt amorous that evening, the husband felt amorous that evening, we would open it all the way. If the husband didn't feel amorous or the wife didn't feel amorous that evening, they would close it all the way. So this would tell them whether or not this is a meter as to how amorous we felt tonight. So thank you so much for looking. That's your first episode of Teach the Teller.